Welcome back on board, and welcome to those who are here for the first time on our channel. This is the second part of our sailing journey along the Florida coast. After days at sea and more than 250 nautical miles under sail, we have arrived here at Dry Tortugas, a small group of islands in the middle of the ocean, far from the mainland and even farther from the rhythm of civilization. Before us stands Fort Jefferson, an ambitious project built by the United States in the mid-19th century to control maritime routes in the Gulf and protect one of the most strategic passages in the country. It was designed to be powerful, imposing, almost untouchable. And yet, despite its scale and strength, it never fought a real battle. What strikes you most is the contrast. On one side, this perfectly geometric red brick fortress, precise and disciplined, a symbol of human ambition and control. On the other, the endless ocean, wild, alive, constantly moving, structure and freedom, order and nature. Standing here, you feel both at the same time. Reaching Dry Tortugas is a journey you plan for. It is the kind of place you visit maybe once in a lifetime. You come here with intention, with preparation, and with respect for the distance that separates it from the rest of the world. You can arrive from Key West by seaplane or by ferry, or by boat, as we did. When the ferry leaves and the last seaplane takes off, carrying all the visitors away, only a few sailing boats like ours remain, along with a handful of campers on the island. And suddenly, everything changes. The silence becomes deeper. This is when you experience the pure magic of this castaway place. You cannot truly describe these emotions. You can only live them. And for those who are joining us for the first time, we are guests on board Ocean Infinity, the beautiful sailing boat of our friends Matthias and Olita. They invited us to share this adventure, to sail together along the Florida coast and to reach this remote corner of the ocean. An invitation that turned into a journey we will never forget. Tradition goes, before the island fills with noise, we move. We take advantage of the fresh morning air and the sun just beginning to warm our skin. Running here on top of the fort walls is not just training, it is a privilege. Every step echoes on the ancient bricks, every curve of the walls opens a new perspective. Water, sky, light, no distractions, only breath, horizon, and the deep blue ocean in front of us. The body wakes up. This is our way of truly entering a place, of feeling it with all our senses. Then we pause. Slow, precise stretching. Because yes, muscles must be strong, but also flexible, and the sea does not forgive stiffness. We return on board with that clean energy only movement can give. We start the engine, we are ready to raise the anchor. Slowly, we leave the island behind. Dry Tortuga slides away, smaller and smaller on the horizon. It restored us. It reminded us what it means to be truly far from everything. Now we sail again. The bow points once more toward the open ocean, and the adventure continues. In front of us, the ocean opens once again. Vast and immense. The crew is ready. The hours ahead will be long but calm. A light wind between 10 and 15 knots accompanies us, just enough to raise the sails and let Ocean Infinity do what she does best. About 50 nautical miles separate us from the Marquesas, a small archipelago of low, wild islands scattered in the ocean, a remote corner of Florida, even less told, even more silent. With her 54 feet of elegance, the boat gathers speed and glides over the water at nearly 9 knots. The sailing is smooth, stable, and incredibly comfortable. She is one of those boats that make you feel safe even when all you see ahead is the horizon. The rhythm returns to that of the sea, wide, steady and unhurried. The Marquesas are waiting for us. Lunch on board, with a glass of wine and the sea sliding along the horizon, is something undeniably romantic. You cannot deny it. To pass the time, Ivo decides to try fishing. On board, Matthias has everything we need. In the past we tried many times, always full of hope, and almost always with empty hands. But this time something completely different happens. One tuna after another comes on board, and each one seems bigger than the last. The adrenaline rises, the crew comes alive, caught between focus and pure joy. And then he arrives too, the king mackerel. Powerful, fast, typical of these warm Atlantic waters. A real surprise at the end of the line. The happiness on board is incredible, filling the galley with freshly caught fish, right there while sailing in the middle of the ocean, is something you cannot truly explain. Until you feel that sudden pull on the line, until you live that suspended moment between waiting and action, you cannot really understand what it means. Now we do. And for the next lunches and dinners, the freshest fish you can imagine. Between one fish and the next, time flies without us noticing. The line pulls tight, we reel it in, we laugh, and slowly the sun begins to set. We look at the horizon and realize the day is almost over. From the first wind in the morning until sunset, the hours pass without us feeling them. It is time to go down into the galley and prepare dinner. Ivo helps me fillet the first tuna. Fresh, shining, perfect. I start thinking how to turn it into something special for 4 people, using what we have on board. The choice is simple. Spaghetti with fresh tuna, homemade style, garlic gently cooking in olive oil, the tuna quickly seared, olives, capers, pine nuts, a touch of tomato to bring everything together, simple ingredients, strong flavor, real food. Just as we drop anchor in front of the Marquesas, dinner is ready. Fresh fish cooked only a few hours after being caught. What could be better than this? We enjoy our dinner with pure joy, toasting to a day that gave us everything. Wind, ocean, fishing, and an unforgettable sunset. Happy like children. The evening ends beautifully. It is beautiful to wake up at dawn and hear the quiet sounds from the galley, someone cooking for you, and the aroma slowly filling the boat.
Who is cooking today? Who is cleaning today?
Today is a special day. Yes, today is Olita's birthday, and she decided to spoil all of us with fresh waffles made right on the spot, whipped cream and homemade strawberry jam prepared just moments before. It feels incredibly precious. A truly sweet and indulgent birthday celebration, right here in the middle of the ocean. We wish Olita a wonderful year ahead, full of joy, adventure, and beautiful moments, starting exactly here, in this extraordinary place. Ladies and gentlemen, the Marquesas. A small group of low and wild islands, about 30 miles west of Key West. There are no houses, no resorts, no elegant marinas, only sand, mangroves, turquoise water, and silence. The Marquesas form an almost perfect ring of small islands enclosing a shallow inner lagoon. From above they look hand-drawn, like an unfinished circle lost in the ocean. You do not come here for comfort. You come here for isolation. These islands are part of the Key West National Wildlife Refuge, one of the oldest protected areas in the United States. They are a sanctuary for seabirds, sea turtles, black-tip sharks, and an impressive variety of marine life. Here the water has an incredible emerald color. It stays shallow for hundreds of meters, with light sandy bottom and wide seagrass beds. The Marquesas are a very particular anchorage. From a distance they look like simple low islands, but as you approach, you realize how quickly the depth changes and how many sandbars surround the area. This is not a place to enter without attention. For motorboats, the situation is easier. With a shallow draft, they can move around without major concerns. But for a sailing boat, it is a different story. Here you need to check the charts carefully, constantly monitor the depth sounder, and plan your approach with precision, especially considering the tide. Depths often range between 1 and 3 meters in many areas. It is essential to keep a proper distance from the beach and drop the anchor on clean sand, avoiding the seagrass beds both to protect the environment and to ensure better holding. When we went ashore with the tender, we truly understood how shallow it was. At one point the propeller was no longer enough and we had to switch off the engine and push the dinghy by foot through the clear water. This is a wild, open anchorage. No docks, no services, just a few boats scattered in the middle of nowhere. Here you really feel what it means to anchor in a remote place. Only sea, wind, and time. And perhaps this is the purest form of luxury that exists. It is time for lunch. Today, Olita prepares a New England clam chowder, a creamy clam soup typical of the American coast, served with warm toasted bread fresh from the oven. Then it is time to set sail. We leave behind the emerald waters of the Marquesas, these unique, wild and quiet islands. If you ever sail in this area, do not miss them. They are truly a world of their own. Ahead of us there are about 30 nautical miles of navigation and we will arrive close to sunset. The bow is now pointed toward a very special destination, a place that for me and Ivo has been perhaps the most different and the most unique of the entire journey. But we will not tell you more now. Wait until we arrive together. In the meantime, the navigation continues. We are slowly getting used to these long passages. Today we say it is only 30 nautical miles, while in the Mediterranean, 30 nautical miles would already feel like a serious crossing, something to plan carefully. I start preparing dinner in advance so that when we arrive at sunset at our next beautiful destination, everything will already be ready. Today the star of the table is the fish we caught just a few hours ago, the king mackerel. It has white, tender and flavorful meat, perfect for a simple preparation that enhances its natural taste. I decide to cook it in foil, placed on a bed of orange slices that give it freshness and a delicate aroma. Inside, I add sage, thyme, a few cloves of garlic, a drizzle of good olive oil and a pinch of salt. I seal everything carefully in the foil and place it in the oven for about 40 minutes. This is where being a good sailor really matters. You need to know your ETA, calculate the navigation time, and coordinate cooking with arrival. Dinner must be ready exactly when the anchor touches the bottom. After a full day of sea, wind and sun, the crew cannot wait to sit down and share that moment. With the last rays of sun sliding along the horizon, we reach our destination and prepare for mooring. We will show you the place tomorrow. By now you know that when you arrive at sunset, you can feel the atmosphere, but the true beauty reveals itself only in the light of day. For now, we enjoyed dinner. The fish paired perfectly with the oranges. It remained juicy, tender and delicate. The aromas of the herbs blended with the scent of the sea still in the air. We savor it in silence. Tomorrow, in the morning light, you will understand why this is a place that leaves you without words. Good morning from Looe Key. Guys, look where we are. We are moored to a buoy in the Looe Key Reef mooring field, right in the open ocean. All around us, 360 degrees, there is nothing. Only water, only horizon, only blue. And below us there is something extraordinary. A vast living coral reef. We just put on our masks and fins and jump in. Within seconds we are immersed in one of the most spectacular sections of the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. The water is almost unreal in its clarity. The seabed is alive, colorful, vibrant, full of coral. And then it happens. The reef opens in front of us. Our first encounter is a shark swimming calmly along the reef. Elegant, confident, completely at home. We are guests in its world. Barracuda suspended in the blue, massive grouper resting near coral heads, schools of tropical fish moving like one single organism. This reef is an explosion of life. And the most incredible part is where we are. In the middle of nowhere. We sailed here after miles of open ocean, tied to a simple buoy in the open sea. You put on your mask, and you are inside one of the most beautiful reefs of the Atlantic. It is hard to even explain how beautiful it is. You float above this silent world and realize how fortunate you are to live a moment like this. Only the boat, the endless blue, and this wonder all around us. It is not just snorkeling. It is something that stays with you forever. Below the surface, everything changes. The noise disappears. Only the rhythm of your breath remains. And then not even that. In freediving, time stretches. You descend just a few meters, yet it feels like entering another universe. Light filters down in soft beams, and the water is so clear you lose your sense of distance. 10 meters feel endless. Here at Looe Key, the reef is alive. Brain coral, sea fans swaying slowly, colorful sponges. The fish do not flee. They watch you. You are a silent visitor, not an intruder. Swimming among them is not just exploration, it is listening. Every breath-hold dive becomes a quiet dialogue with yourself. Your heartbeat slows, your thoughts soften, your body grows light, suspended between sky and seabed. The water is not cold, but fresh enough to make you feel fully alive. A light wetsuit helps, but what truly protects you here is respect. There is no connection, no noise, no distraction, only blue. And in that blue you realize how small you are and how incredibly fortunate. When you surface again, the world above feels almost loud. For a moment you do not want to return, because down there, even for a few seconds, everything is simple, everything is essential, everything is real. Leaving Looe Key is not easy. After a place like that, you would happily stay a little longer. One more dive. One more breath inside that silent blue world. But it is time to come back on board. Take one last look at the crystal clear water. Release the mooring buoy and set course again. The bow now points toward Key West, an iconic destination that needs no introduction. Arriving there by sea, however, is a completely different experience. It feels like entering the city through the door reserved for sailors. Moored at the Perry Hotel and Marina Key West, a modern, well-organized marina right on the waterfront. It is not located in the historic heart of Key West, but it offers everything a sailor could need. Wide floating docks, full marina services, fuel, 2 waterfront swimming pools, dockside bars and restaurants, laundry facilities, and comforts designed for those arriving from the sea. The city center is a few miles away, but getting there is simple. The marina provides a complimentary shuttle running every hour to downtown Key West and back, from early morning until late in the evening. This makes it easy to explore Old Town without any stress. For dinner, we take the tender across the bay to Hogfish Bar and Grill, a place with an authentic and simple atmosphere, almost hidden among the canals of Stock Island. We are tired but satisfied, still with salt on our skin. It is the perfect moment to slow down, enjoy something good to eat, and let the day come to a calm and gentle close. Good morning from Stock Island. As always, we start the day with a morning run. It is our way to take the measure of a place, to understand where we have landed this time. We run along the docks of the marina, passing boatyards, vessels under maintenance, fishermen already at work, and that mix of salt and diesel in the air that tells the real story of a working harbor. It is our first true contact with land after days in the open ocean. We return to the boat sweaty and satisfied, and after a workout like that, breakfast must live up to it. Eggs, salmon, avocado toast, crispy bread, all prepared slowly and enjoyed with care. A rich, satisfying breakfast that sets us up for the day. And now we are ready to explore one of the most iconic places in Florida, the historic center of Key West, the famous Old Town. While we wait for the shuttle in the marina lobby, the guys have fun playing a very typical Florida game, shuffleboard. It is a bit like table curling. You slide weighted discs along a long wooden surface covered with fine sand, trying to send them as far as possible without pushing them off the edge. It looks simple, but it requires precision, strategy, and a little bit of luck. A perfect way to pass the time before heading to explore Key West. And here we are in Key West, one of the most iconic places in the United States, and certainly one of the most famous in Florida. Here, time seems to slow down. The wooden conch-style houses, painted in pastel colors, with shaded porches and white and turquoise shutters, tell stories of the sea, of trade, of fishermen and artists. It is a town built on the water yet with a strong and independent character. Key West is the last point of the Florida Keys, the southernmost city in the continental United States, only 90 miles from Cuba. A place that has always had a unique soul, almost rebellious, suspended between America and the Caribbean. It is a natural stop for sailors exploring the Keys, but it is much more than that. It is a place where the ocean is everywhere. You feel it in the salty air. You see it in the docks, in the boats, in the fishermen cleaning the catch of the day. Key West is not just a tourist destination, it is a state of mind, a blend of history and freedom, sea and sun. This city is not simply a city near the ocean. It is a city inside the ocean. The water surrounds it, runs through it, defines it. Here we truly feel good. We feel the wind, the sun, the salt on our skin, even though we are right in the middle of town. It is a city, yes, but the sea is everywhere. We found a perfect pier for a light lunch, with a view over the small islands in front of us. Around us, boats of every kind pass back and forth constantly. It is a continuous spectacle. Huge cruise ships are docked in the harbor like floating buildings. Just a few meters away, small sailboats glide lightly across the water. Catamarans slide over the turquoise surface. Sport fishing boats return with the catch of the day. Jet skis draw white lines across the sea. At some point you start to wonder who belongs to whom. Is it the city entering the sea or the sea entering the city? In Key West, the boundary disappears. Streets lead directly to the docks. Bars open onto the ocean and the sunset. Boats are moored like cars. Life here is organized around the sea, the wind, and the weather. There is sun, there is wind, there is salt in the air, and there is that unmistakable feeling that here the sea is not a backdrop. It is the main character. And we cannot forget that this city was also loved by Ernest Hemingway. And of course, we could not miss visiting his historic home. The Hemingway house is a fascinating place, with rooms, furniture, and objects that tell the story of one of the most iconic writers of the 20th century. It is a short visit, but a meaningful one, and it helps you understand how deeply connected he was to this island, suspended between America and the Caribbean. After visiting the house, we headed to one of the most well-known spots in Key West, the Hemingway Social Club, a truly authentic place, with a relaxed and elegant atmosphere, never pretentious. Time seems to slow down here. Soft music in the background, light conversations, glasses gently clinking together. Behind the bar, they create exceptional cocktails, many of them based on local rum, inspired by the Caribbean spirit and the maritime soul of the island. Walking through the distillery, you notice the wooden barrels, the scent of oak, the explanations about distillation and aging. It completes the Key West experience perfectly, where sea, history, and Caribbean energy blend naturally together. It is time to head back to the marina, but first we make one last stop. The provisioning needs to be sorted. Tomorrow we set sail again, and when you are navigating, you cannot improvise. Provisioning is not just grocery shopping, it is planning the next days, imagining lunches and dinners at sea, breakfast and small snacks, organizing everything carefully because on board, every centimeter counts. With our bags full, we return to the marina after sunset, ready for tomorrow's departure. Florida continues to surprise us, but tomorrow we return to the sea once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we set sail. We reverse our course. The bow is no longer pointing toward new discoveries, but toward home. Almost 200 nautical miles are waiting for us. The weather has completely changed. The air is much colder now, almost sharp against the skin. And yet around us the sea still shines in those Caribbean shades of turquoise and deep blue, almost unreal. We are wrapped in our foul weather gear, warm sweaters underneath, hoods up, cold hands on the helm, and we ask ourselves, almost in disbelief, where are we? Are we sailing somewhere far north, or did we just leave Key West only hours ago? It is incredible how quickly the ocean can change its face. One day sun, calm water and warmth, the next day cutting wind and winter air. This is the reality of the open sea, beautiful, powerful, unpredictable. Even with this slightly annoying swell, it is time to go down into the galley and prepare lunch. Today, it is a simple sailor's pasta. Speck, onion, a handful of olives, a touch of tomato and just a little cream to bring everything together. Nothing fancy, just comfort food for a moving boat. Cooking below deck while the boat rolls is always a small challenge. I have to come up for fresh air more than once. Seasickness does not completely disappear just because you pretend it does. But this is part of sailing too. You cook, you adapt, you hold on, you stir. In the end, warm plates are served. While sailing, time flies, and before we even realize it, the sun is already setting. Before night falls and the watch shifts begin, we decide to take a moment just for ourselves. The four of us move to the bow for a proper aperitivo and a toast to the new year. We open a bottle of rosé champagne. And since it is the first day of the year, we open a second one as well. Some moments deserve abundance. We raise our glasses in the middle of the open sea. Around us there is nothing, only waves gently rocking the boat, the last light of the sun slowly fading, and an atmosphere that feels calm and deeply romantic. We finish both bottles, slowly, laughing, wrapped in wind and salt air. Celebrating the first day of the year like this at sea is something profoundly special. Romantic, powerful, unforgettable. A new year begins like this. Just us, the boat, and the endless ocean ahead. The night watches are behind us. we covered our shifts at the helm, and now the sunrise finds us together, having breakfast with warm crepes and good coffee, while the beautiful ocean infinity glides over the emerald waters of Florida, carried by a steady, gentle breeze. Sailing has its own rhythm. Time is not measured by a clock, but by the wind, by the sun rising and slowly setting again, by the miles sliding quietly beneath the keel. We read a few pages, we prepare something in the galley, we talk in the cockpit, we adjust the sails, and without even noticing, we are already in our second day at sea. And here we are again, lunchtime. Yes, on this boat we eat often, and we eat well. The truth is that in open sea, appetite comes naturally. Salty air, constant motion, endless horizon, and between one course and one laugh, time keeps flying. After lunch, in the afternoon, we arrive at our destination, Egmont Key, right at the entrance of Tampa Bay, on the outer edge of the bay. This tiny island is one of those simple but special places where Matthias and Olita love to come sailing on weekends. A small escape just a few miles from the city, yet completely surrounded by nature. From a distance, Egmont Key looks like a narrow strip of white sand with a few trees, but as you get closer, you discover much more. An island rich in history, and at the same time a precious natural sanctuary. It is one of the most important nesting areas in the bay for seabirds and sea turtles. Pelicans, terns, ibis and many other species find a quiet habitat here, far from the noise of the mainland. It is a delicate balance between history and wild nature. We take our final walk on the white sand. The connection with nature is immediate. The ocean in front of us, gentle waves rolling in, a light breeze on the skin. Even though it is small, Egmont Key feels suspended in time. It is the perfect place to walk without direction, to listen to the wind and the waves, and to let everything slow down. For us, the holiday is almost over. We return on board for one last dinner together with that quiet feeling of knowing we have experienced something truly special. Last dinner on board, we remain at Egmont Key. Tonight we will sail back to Saint Petersburg, entering with a high tide at the private home dock of Matthias and Olita. For dinner, the guys ask me for something simple, pasta with pesto. As we raise our glasses, we think about everything we have lived together. More than 500 nautical miles sailed side by side, not just distance, but trust, wind, open sea, sunrises, and nights full of stars. This is not just dinner. It is the way a journey closes, with gratitude. Then I prepare a hot chocolate with whipped cream, because the greatest adventures deserve to end with sweetness. We are deeply grateful to Matthias and Olita for inviting us aboard Ocean Infinity and giving us the chance to discover this part of the world, this part of the ocean. Now we sail again, 3 or 4 more hours to reach the home dock. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. It means you love the sea as much as we do. If you enjoyed the video, leave us a like, write in the comments what moved you the most, and subscribe to our channel if you have not done it yet. And then travel, live, and love. The sea teaches us that life is always worth the courage to set sail. See you in the Mediterranean.